to get a wax. Like, that's how you know she was ready to pop that.
I ain't too proud to beg, so what's been said has been said. And I need you to know you don't know what love is. And I need you to know you don't know. Hey, you don't know what love is. If you don't put up a fight, you don't know what.
Pretties, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel. And I'm out in girl all day. Y'all already know what's going on. As y'all can see from right here, I do have a mindy patch on. But I am about to get ready for a day. I'm about to go out to eat. I thought as I curl my hair, like, it would be good content to like do a story time or something. So I'm about to tell y'all the story time that some people have been waiting for. But I'm gonna do this as I'm doing my hair because I gotta go. It's 4:25 right now, so I need to be ready by like 4:45. I need to be ready. Y'all, this is gonna be the story time about my trip to Miami. Okay, I know a lot of people going to Miami for spring break, and I think this is the perfect story time to tell everybody before they go. Okay, I'm sorry if you hear my dog, and my other roommate has a dog. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna just get right into it so we're not sitting here all day. Let me start from the very beginning. So this was around the summertime, and I actually ended up getting into a physical altercation with this girl. This was around the summertime of 2021 summertime, because I was at my mom's house for the summer. Even though I was still paying rent here, it's just more active in Atlanta in the summer and nothing be going on down here. So as I was down there, I decided to get close with one of the girls that used to always want to be my friend. And that's the thing, you need to watch out for the people that's just so eager to be your friend. Like, and you know, I wasn't really hanging out with anybody, you know, from high school. So I was like, why not? Shit, I'm only talking to Xavier. And if you know Xavier's my bestie. He thought it was a good idea too. So that's when I started getting close with her. Mind y'all, I was picking this girl up every day. Like, whatever she needed, I would like provide for her. Like, you know, I was a very good friend. I was hanging out with her, but I wasn't hanging out with her, you know, for real. Like, I wasn't hanging out with her enough for me to take her on a trip with me. And y'all, my mirror is this way, so if I'm looking this way, I just didn't know her enough to take a trip with me. I was supposed to take Aaliyah, is my roommate now. She was the one that was supposed to go on the trip with me to Miami with Aaliyah before. So I was like, oh my god, a redo. I had fun with her when I went with her to Miami. So I was like, let's just do a redo, but she couldn't get her ticket on time. It's like, dang, because I was going with my older cousins and my mom. Like, I was the only like real teenage or young adult college student, okay? I was the only one, and I didn't want to be the only one. So I went and I asked her, I was like, I told her, I said, if you can get a ticket by this weekend, then you can come with me. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, I will pay for everything. Me and my family, like, we got you with everything. All you need is like just a little bit of spending money, which she didn't need spending money with us. And she was like, okay, bet. She ended up getting the ticket. Everything was cool. So everything was cool after that. So we go to Miami. She ended up coming with us. It was a nice Airbnb. If I could find some pictures, I'll show y'all. Me and her were sharing rooms with my mom. So me, her, and my mom was all in one room because it was a 2-bedroom. 2 beds was in there. She had her own bed and I shared one with my mom. So when we first got there, I just feel like if you're gonna come on a trip. This trip, because this is my cousin's birthday trip. So if you know the trip, we're not here for you. This is not your trip. This is another thing. She kept saying, like, after everything, you ruined my trip. You ruined my trip. Are you delusional? Are you? She came obviously unprepared, because every stop we stopped at, she was asking my family to take her to get a wax. And we understand, okay, you needed a wax or whatever, but we wasn't doing anything related to water that day, first of all. Wait, no, I'm lying. We did get on jet skis, but we kept our shorts on. And I just didn't see the problem in shaving. And it would have been a different thing if it was kind of like she asked us one time and, like, you know, but it was a ongoing begging type of, like, everybody, all y'all need to stop what y'all doing and y'all need to take me to the wax place. Like, she was so eager to get a wax. Like, that's how you know she was ready to pop that that little kitty cat in Miami. That's what she went down there for, y'all. And that's another thing. Really be mindful of the people that you take to Miami, just because, like, people be having different agendas. And me and her, we had two different agendas when we went down there. She was down there trying to catch one. I was down there trying to have fun. Be with people, around people that you trust also, because folks are crazy. So she goes on begging us to take her to the freaking wax place, and we're just like, girl, we have stuff like actually planned. Like, this is a planned trip. Kept saying, if we have time to get you a wax, we will get you a wax, okay? She kept nagging. Some people just get annoying, like, you know, whiny type of, you ever been with the whiny type of bitch? Like, everything is like in a whining way. We're on the strip. This is why I say be mindful of people that you go to Miami with, just because I was with her, and every 10 seconds it was like we had to stop at the bathroom so she could look at herself, so she could, you know, feel confident. That's not a trip, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep going to the bathroom just to look at myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm conceited, but that the way she was doing it wasn't conceited. It was more of like a self-conscious type of thing, and that was also annoying. And this dude comes up to me, yo. He literally comes up to me and asks me for my number and everything like that. And by then I was already drunk, so I was talking to him, like, I was like, yeah. I gave him my number and everything. Here come, what are we gonna call her? Let's call her Lulu, because she's missing a little screws. It's a little loose. Lulu. So Lulu, she comes up behind me and he starts talking like, oh, we got an Airbnb, y'all should come. We're about to go to a yacht party and all this other stuff. So she hears yacht party. She's like, where am I? She starts throwing herself at him, y'all. The guy that literally came up to me asked me for my number. This is why I can't be friends with hoes, okay? And that's the thing, like, if I knew she was a hoe, the trip would have been completely different, you know what I'm saying? But I had to find out that she was a hoe. She throwing herself at him, touching on him, y'all. Touching on him and everything. I'm like, okay. So I just let her. Mind you, the other dude that he was with, he was fat, he was ugly. It's like, girl, you knew what you was doing. And honestly, y'all, the boy is gonna go with the girl that's giving it up, or is gonna give it up, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward, we go to the yacht party. It was something about them paying and some other stuff with like other people, so we couldn't get on the yacht. So after that, we left the like dock. As soon as she heard that he had a Lamborghini, that's when she started throwing herself at him. When she heard that Lamborghini, she was like, oh, we finna go to Lambo. When she heard that Lamborghini, it was just like, it was like God. It was like, I don't know, music to her ears. She was ready, and she was ready to go, okay? And she started touching on him and all this other stuff. I'm just looking, because I'm like, girl, you can have him. One thing about me, I don't be pressed over these boys. If you gotta do all of that just to get his attention, I'm gonna let you. And that's exactly what I did. I never been with females like that, you know. My friend was not like that. So for me to like see it in front of me, it was a shock to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we like boys that do stuff for us, but we don't go for, you know, just because he got money, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. My life not on the line to mess with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just because he look like he got money. You know what I'm saying? We in Miami. All of this stuff is rentals. All of it. All of it's rentals. Everybody is on vacation. So of course they gonna look like they up. None of them was up. We go to the penthouse because the boat was a disaster or whatever. I do this thing where, and my friends can testify this, when I smoke, I get so sleepy, y'all. I get tired. I had told her, I was like, because my mom was texting me because I was up. I told her, tea is on the way, and which was my cousin's friend, and he's very important. Yeah, so I told her that T was going to come and get me, you know what I'm saying? Get us, you know what I'm saying? And she was gonna be ready or whatever. We was sitting in the living room and he was rolling up again. I'm sitting there and I get tired because we just smoked. And I'm like, when he's finished with that blunt, can you wake me up? I do that all the time, but this trip made me like not do that or be so trusting with people like that anymore, because females don't have common sense, and this really opened my eye and was like, wow, like common sense is really taught. Like it really is. Like if you didn't grow up being street smart, at least just a little bit, because this, what I'm about to tell y'all, no common sense at all. I closed my eyes, but mind y'all, I was already drunk. Like before when we met them, I was tipsy. So I go to sleep and I just hear my phone just going off. Like, are you okay? Like my mom is blowing my phone up, y'all. I'm like, I wake up, nobody's around me. Nobody. Like I wake up and I don't see anyone around me. Like everybody is gone. It was me, Lulu, and 3 other boys. I'm asleep here by myself. Mind y'all, we met these dudes on the side of the fucking strip of Miami, y'all. This is around the time when that article about that girl that got murdered in that hotel by these 2 men, like it was around that time, Memorial Day weekend, y'all. The fuck? So I start freaking out. I started getting up. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm discombobulated. I answer the phone. My mom was like, are y'all okay? I'm like, yes, I'm good. I'm freaking out. So I'm like, okay, mom, I'm gonna call you right back when I find her, because at this point I'm mad, because in my head, not even in my head, this is what it looks like. You left me by myself with men that we don't know. Not even by myself. You was by yourself too. Anything could have happened to me. Anything could have happened to you. So I'm looking around the whole condo, because it was an upstairs and downstairs condo. I go to the first door that I see and I start banging on it. I'm like, open the fuck up. He opens the door, right? The boy that was trying to talk to me, yeah, he opens the door. He don't got no shirt on. He just in his boxers, bro. And I'm like, where's Lulu? Where's Lulu at? I go in the room. She's under the covers, like head, like everything under the covers. I'm like, come on. This is what, like, she's my child. I said, come on, we're leaving. And I get my stuff, and she could tell that I was mad, because I'm mad because you left me by myself. Men that we don't know, that we could have easily gotten taken advantage of or killed. I don't know. You can tell she was more of the mentality of, well, it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? That's not the kind of people or mentality that I want to be around or have around me, period. You know, I really wish I could tell y'all the full story. Like, this trip was a disaster. Like, this girl went on this trip and did so much stuff that I can't even speak on. Like, legally, I can't even speak on it. But just know, beyond this girl did a lot. She's looking all timid and everything. I'm like, girl, we get in the elevator and I'm like, you really like left me in there by myself? Like, anything could happen to me, anything could happen to you. And she's like, she was like, we had just went in there, like they didn't even smoke the blunt, da 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 da. This is what made me so mad, because it was just like, what? She's talking about some, you should have told me not to leave you by yourself.
You fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb?
Is that not common sense? Somebody in the comments tell me, is that not common sense to not leave your friends? That's just girl code. Girl code. When you go somewhere, you stay together. Okay? We don't know these people. Alright? When you go somewhere, you stay together. And that's where I had to realize, like, me and some of these females are on different pages. Like, I feel like she was the type to trying to go down there and find somebody to like help her out her situation. Remember, I told y'all I helped her out of a situation by taking her on this trip because she had lied to me. And that's another thing. She lied to me saying that she got kicked out the house when she really ran away. And she's like, well, you should have told me not to leave you by yourself. And I'm like, girl, I started going off on her because it's like, it's common sense. Like, what do you mean you thought, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we get in the car with T and he takes us to the club that my mom and him at. And it's like this Jamaican type club. I had changing clothes in the car. It was like a crop top and some shorts because I had a bathing suit on because I was walking the strip. She changed too. So we get in the club. Y'all, tell me, I'm sitting there mad because I'm still thinking about how this girl just left me sleep, passed out by myself, 2 other men. Too much. So I'm sitting there mad. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not talking to her. Oh, can you come with me so I can change? I'm like, change into what? Because you literally just changed to put shorts on. So change into what? And she's like, oh, I need to change back into my bathing suit. I'm like, girl, we are in a club. I said, do you see anybody else with bathing suits on? She's talking about that's how you dress in Miami. This is how you dress in Miami. What are you talking about? See, you can't take nobody that ain't never been nowhere anywhere. That's what it taught me. You can't introduce a lifestyle to certain people that will do anything. And that's the type of vibes that I got from her. From this trip, especially after that situation, is that you would do anything for a come up. You know what I'm saying? You would leave your friends that took you on this trip, got free massages, free jet skis, free everything, and you just left her. You left her. You would do anything just for a come up. And not only that, it was a time where she was crying because she felt like she didn't look good enough to even be on the strip. Crying, bawling. He went over there to make sure that she was good. Like, everything that she was doing was for male validation. And me, I don't need male validation because everything that we are strong, independent black women, okay? And she's like, what do you mean? Like, this is how you're supposed to dress in Miami. Like, I just can't be around people like that. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. So if you get what I'm trying to say, you get it. And if you don't, yeah. But she wasn't finna be with me with a full bathing suit on in the club. No one had bathing suits on, y'all. Not one person you seen in the club had a freaking bathing suit on. So after that, I told her, like, when we get back to Atlanta, I'm not hanging out with you anymore. Like, this friendship, this whatever is just not it. So I told her that in Miami. And when we got back down here, I ended up finding out some real disturbing things. We had went parasailing, me and my mom, and that was one thing that she would have to pay for, which she didn't want to pay for. And it was only $100. She still didn't want to pay for it. So she was just like, she was gonna go get her nails done with some boy she met off the strip. And yeah, and then I tell her, this is how you know people are not street smart, don't have no common sense, ain't never been nowhere. I tell her, okay, if you're gonna go with someone, at least send me a picture of what he looks like. Okay, I'll ask him for a picture. I can't. I said, girl, no, sneak a picture. Like, why would you? I just don't understand. Like, I just feel like people like that ain't never had no real friends, you know, no real female friends at that. Cause I never went through that before. Like, as far as in friendship, especially on no trip, that was a lot for me. But yeah, she's like, oh, I'm like, girl, no. So we go parasailing or whatever. We come back. She's still there. So we come back, we eat, go to sleep or whatever. Our flight was at like 6 a.m. so we had to be at the airport early that morning, and her flight wasn't until 12. And what my mom was planning on doing was just extending our checkout time for our Airbnb so she could just stay there until, which I told her. But as soon as we woke up, all her stuff was gone. Everything. Like, she was gone, all her stuff was gone. I called her, I'm like, where you at? Like, are you safe? She's like, oh, I got T to drop me off at my friend's house. She's talking about the same boy that she met. Wait, no, this is a different boy. She called another boy and went and stayed with him. Didn't tell anybody in the middle of the night. Like, I'm on my way back to Atlanta. Okay? I couldn't help her, you know what I'm saying? What do you mean you left while everybody was asleep? That's some weird stuff. I went ahead and went back to Atlanta because I'm not finna miss my flight for anybody. So I went back to Atlanta. I kept making sure she was straight. But as soon as I got back to Atlanta, I told her how I was feeling. She got mad because I called her up. Now the whole Instagram thing, I don't do. That's how I felt, and that's what your actions showed me. I found out a lot that she was doing when I got back to Atlanta. When I started finding out all this stuff that she was doing on the low, because I can't even say everything, but all the stuff that she was doing on the low while she was there, I started confronting her about it. I started breaking down because she tried to switch the narrative. It was a lot of sneakiness going on that I confronted her about, and obviously she couldn't take it, and she ended up telling her parents that me and my family left her in Miami. So I took it upon myself, because I'm a grown-ass woman at the end of the day. I took it upon myself to go to her parents' house, and this is what really upset her. I took it upon myself to go to her parents' house and tell her parents about her. The thing is, I still have a good heart because I didn't tell everything that she did. I didn't even tell her parents anything she did for real in Miami. And that's how you know that I'm a good person, because I really could have spilled everything. Like, your daughter was when she was gone. I could have really went in, and I didn't. The only thing that I was trying to explain to her parents was that we didn't leave her in Miami. Okay, that's all I wanted her parents to know. I said she left on her own free will at 4 o'clock in the morning without telling anybody, saying that I was lying about that. Like, girl, she said I was lying about a lot of stuff. My cousin ends up sending me text messages of her texting him saying, oh my God. And that's the thing, like, what on earth were you thinking? Thinking that my own flesh and blood wasn't going to send me stuff that you were saying. Like that right there, that really blew me. Like, you really think my cousin not gonna tell me what you was saying? Because basically what he had was her confessing to everything that she did down there, as far as in sleeping with him, all this other stuff, and how she don't want to lose me as a friend. Like, girl, I don't know what type of friend that these females are used to having, but that's not no friend. For you to leave me sleep by myself, that's not a friend. For you to be sneaky on a trip that I invited you on, that's not a friend. For you to get on, and this is the thing, she got on Instagram, made it a whole Instagram thing, okay? I did say some stuff with my close friends. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm just completely innocent, because I'm not. But I said stuff with my close friends. You went live. Close friends and live is two different things. Close friends and live is two different things. You went live just for me to tell all your business. Like, that really put me in a position to where I had to tell everything. I didn't even tell everything for real, but to where I had to put some stuff out there because I didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? You coming at me, talking about me, saying I'm this, I'm that, all this other BS. What really blew me, this is how you know folks really don't be your friend, because she calls someone else, which, she calls Michelle. As me and Michelle had fell out after high school, so she ended up calling Michelle, and me and Michelle wasn't back cool then. So she calls her trying to get information about me, talking about, didn't she mess with blah blah blah, didn't she mess with, and the thing is, Michelle is just such a real ass bitch, and she's like, girl, what are you talking about? And then asking her where I live, like this girl wasn't coming to my house every other day, calling folks, asking where I live, like trying to get information on me so she could tell Instagram. Like, it was just a lot of mess, you know. And really, thank you. I really want to thank you for that, because me and Michelle are so good now. Like, I got my best friend back after that. Like, that situation really made me and Michelle come together, actually. So thank you. People be trying to be messy and miserable, and really it be turned around for good for somebody else. She was trying to do that off of spite, off of evil intentions. And look, I ended up going live. I feel like I was set up just because the person that I was on live with, his name is D. And if you went to school with me and you was in that live, because it was like 100-something folks in that live that night, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I felt like I was set up by them. Everybody knew that this girl was at my apartment complex waiting for me. The person that I was on live with knew that she was in there waiting on me. He's trying to show me all this other stuff, like being an instigator, like a little girl that he is. I was just letting people know I don't want to do this arguing. So I turned into my complex while I'm on live, y'all. While I see this big, black, ugly, I was kidding, figure come towards me, running towards my car. That's what folks don't understand. Just because you was on my property and waiting for me, running towards me, if I would have ran you over, you would have just went to the hospital. And I would have been at home. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't do that. I stopped. I could have, but I didn't. I turned. I don't want to hit her because you're running towards my car. I turned, and she throws something like in my face in the car, because I had my window down because I was finna go into my complex. Pours the drink in my face. Can't see. So I'll park my car and I get out, because now you gotta get right with me. Now you gotta get right with me. So I get right with her. Mind you, I'm not even ready for no fight. Folks be coming to me ready for a fight, ready to fight. I don't be ready, okay? I have my croc slides on, y'all. These My feet was fucked up after that. I ended up fighting her. We ended up, you know, going at it. And then her gay best friend tried to jump in. And that's the thing. This was somebody that I used to stick up for when my friend used to bully him. Yeah, you remember that? When my friend used to bully you all the way to the bus stops and I used to tell him to stop. And you want to put your hands on me? But yeah, her and her gay best friend tried to jump me. So, you know, my family ended up coming out and you know how that ended. That's why there was never a video. This is how I know everything that she was doing was for Instagram. You go online after that, talk about we smoking on Niyla pack tonight. Like, y'all, you and D look stupid. Both of y'all look so stupid on that live. Like, girl, you look retarded. Like, for real. And I couldn't do nothing but laugh because all of y'all are clowns. I could have pressed charges on her. I didn't end up pressing charges on her because I just felt like she had a lot of internal things that she should work on. She's already fighting inner demons, so she don't need to be fighting, you know, charges. Then she tried to flip it and say she was pressing charges on me. You can't press charges on me. That's really the end to that story. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. That was a quick little story that I could tell y'all. I'm about to go out to eat, but yeah, I love y'all so much. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all my social medias. My Instagram, Niyla R, and my Twitter is Niyla Robinson. I love y'all. Bye, pretties.